clear, but where am I gonna put this on? Give me 1 second. We're gonna start at 1 minute and 30. That might work. Is it moving? That might work. That might work. Let's see. Okay, y'all. So today we're talking about Diddy's seventh victim. Unfortunately, this is where we at. And it looks like Cassie is the person who really just set it off for everybody and was like, look, somebody got to do it. Because remember, the next person, we ain't gonna say the next person. I almost failed. But I ain't gonna say the next person, but the previous person, the sixth person, Crystal McKinney, she said the only reason why she came out is because of Cassie. So, you know. But let's go ahead and get into it. So this is from the Forbes list, just in case y'all want to know where I got the information from. So it says rapper Sean Diddy Combs faces new allegations of sexual assault according to the lawsuit filed this week by plaintiff April Lampros. That's her name, April Lampros. Now, April Lampros is the seventh such, that's the seventh lawsuit to Diddy. He comes under fire for allegedly rape, sex trafficking, and disturbing videos appearing to show him assaulting his former girlfriend. Child. Now, these are the key facts of this case with her, right? So it says the suit was filed Thursday in New York. Combs, as well as his record company, Bad Boys Records, Sony Music, and Artista Records, as well as 10 unnamed defendants, 10 unnamed corporations that allegedly aided and abetted alleged incidents. Now, this is different. So, it's not just Combs. It's Bad Boy Records, it's Sony Music, and it's Artista Records. Mind you, this is the seventh victim. The sixth victim, it was Sean John Clothing, Bad Boy Records, and it was one more thing, Universal Music. Let's see, can anyone give me a phone? Not at all. Let's stay focused. We got real problems here, okay? We got real things to deal with. So Combs is not the only person that's getting hit. It's the people that's around him who's enabling him, which I love about this, okay? So it says in the suit, Lampros, that's the victim, said that she met Combs in 1994 while she was a student at New York Fashion Institute of Technology. And Combs would often invite her to his recording studio. Do these stories not sound familiar to y'all? Okay, let's keep going. Would often invite her to the recording studio to impress her and promise to serve her as a mentor. Now, the sixth victim said the same thing, right? They went on a business dinner. And the whole time they was on a business dinner, Diddy was, I'm looking at YouTube and TikTok, y'all, just in case y'all like, she not looking at us. I'll just let y'all know. But, yeah, the last six victims, they met for a business dinner where Diddy was flirting with her the entire time. Then he invited her back to her studio. But before he invited her back to her studio, he also told her that he was going to help her with her career. So he's a mentor. He's helping people with the career. Y'all see the power dynamic in this whole situation? Because remember, the sixth victim, the main act is a gender act, right? Because he has that patriarchy that can pretty much set him up to do everything. So this stuff we got to pay attention to because it goes along with that act. But let's keep going. It says, in the suit, Lampros said that she met Combs in 1994. Okay, so I read that part. Over the course of several years, however, Lampros claims that Combs engaged in 4 terrifying sexual encounters, including an incident in 1995 when she said Combs raped her as she pleaded with him to stop. He ignored her at the Millennium Hotel in New York. Child. It says Lambro alleged that months later Combs forced her to her knees. Does this all not sound familiar? But let's keep going. Combs later forced her to her knees in the Manhattan parking garage, forcing her to perform oral sex while during a 1996 event she alleged Combs forced her and one other woman to take ecstasy before forcing two women to have, with each other before graping Lambros. Now that's a lot to unpack. I'm gonna read that paragraph specifically again. That's a lot to unpack. Okay. Lambros alleged that months later, Combs forced her to her knees in a Manhattan parking garage, forcing her to perform oral while during a 1996 event, she alleges Combs forced her and one of the other women to take ecstasy before forcing the two women to have with each other before graping Lambros. Make sure y'all share the laugh, like it, hit the notifications, make sure y'all follow, because I be on here every day, y'all. TikTok, I'm about to start being on here more every day, but I'm definitely on YouTube every day. As far as live, I'll post videos every day though. That's a lot to unpack. That's a lot of trauma, and that's a lot to unpack. But let's keep going. Between the late 2000s and the early 2001, Lambros and Combs violently grabbed her and forced himself onto her while he was visiting her in her New York apartment. Forbes has reached out to Combs' attorney for a comment. Of course, y'all not hearing back from him here. So, unlike the sixth victim, Crystal McKinney, from what she told us so far, it was a one incident, right? He invited her back to the studio, told her that he was going to help her sell all her dreams and, everything else. And she was told that she was going to meet at the studio with other people. But come to find out, she was the only woman there, and it was just all men. But with this woman, it's multiple incidents. Multiple. She said 1994, 1995, 1996, and the last one was between 2000 and 2001. This is beyond ridiculous. And I'm wondering if the actual lawsuit is out, because yesterday I actually read the actual lawsuit of Crystal McKinney, because it was only 15 pages. But I'm now wondering, is her lawsuit out yet? Because I like to read the actual lawsuit and actually. Live restricted for some audiences. Your live contains themes that in some way uncomfortable has been restricted reason. Maybe it's the language. See, that's why I don't get on live on TikTok, because they be doing the most. The absolute most. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put even though my name is Our Skin Queen YouTube, I'm gonna put my YouTube down here. That's why I don't be on TikTok live, because it's so sensitive. Child, in order for me to pin my comment, I have to verify my age. See, they be doing a lot. They be doing a whole lot. But let's stay focused, y'all. Let's stay focused. We ain't gonna be focused. If I get booted off for live on TikTok, that's cool. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna just get off here, because I already have restrictions. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me. I tried to do I tried to go live on TikTok because I've been going live on YouTube every day now, and I'm trying to do the same on TikTok, but they already done gave me a whole restriction. I ain't even been on there. The red one, the red part right there. And I use TikTok safe words, but baby, they like, I guess they don't want me on. That's fine. I like my people here. Anyway, let's keep going. So let me see if I can find the actual lawsuit. That's what I was looking for. I could actually look on it here too. But a lot of the stuff is similar. A lot of the things, the power dynamic, and this is what Charlamagne was talking about. And a lot of people were like, I'll watch as long as you're not professing to be a care reader. Oh no, baby, we cover by the blood over here. We don't do those we don't do those cards. But if that's what you do, that's what you do. That's just not for me, you know. Let me put my live chat on. Hey, I caught your live. Hey, T-Time. Okay, I just have to make sure the comments is up. But this is what Charlamagne was talking about, right? When he was on The View, and he said we need to focus less on Diddy and more on the patriarchy. He's not saying that Diddy should be able to get away with this by any means. That's not what he's saying. He's saying that the whole patriarchy system needs to be looked at because him, Dan Schneider, Epstein, R. Kelly, they're all just players in the patriarchy. So we can keep knocking them down, but as long as they have that patriarchy route to go to and to cover in the community to cover, it's not going to matter that we keep knocking people down if long as they have a way up. You know what I'm saying? They're just players in all of this. Okay. Normally, Megan Kenneth, she normally tags the link to the actual lawsuit, but I don't think she has it yet. So I'm gonna put her name in and see if I can find it. So Lampros is 51 right now. She said the lawsuit, she was a student at the time, who showered her with gifts. I didn't read that part. And promised to help her with her dreams and her career. That's what we tell all of them. But the relationship turned abusive, coercive, according to the lawsuit. Typically how it goes, right? That's why I'm wondering, like, is what you call it in danger? Carisha? Cause everybody, Cassie, she looked happy. She like she was having a time. She was in her career. I don't know, y'all. I don't think the actual lawsuit is out because I don't see it. As long as the powers that be continue to allow men to get away with it and act like it's normal, it'll never change. Exactly. And that's what it is to them. It's like it's just a Tuesday at work. It's just a Thursday at work. Nobody's appalled about things that they've seen. And that's how you can do stuff in plain sight. Like the Quiet on Set documentary. They was able to do half of that stuff in the public. They didn't have to hide, go in the closet, go in the bed. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have to do none of that. They just, because it was normal. It was normal behavior. So, yeah, you have to break that normalcy up and be like, wait a minute. Now, I know this is what y'all been doing for centuries and centuries, but, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? What is happening here? But then a lot of times people don't want to speak up because their job is online, you know. They'll watch people get abused all day, child. Because they want to keep their job. Y'all, I was looking for the lawsuit, but they don't have it. They don't have it. I think it's too soon. But when I get the actual lawsuit, oh, we're definitely coming back and we're going to dissect it because you get a lot more information in the actual lawsuit. Like we dissected the lawsuit yesterday with Crystal McKinney. Well, here goes some more details that I didn't see in the Forbes list. It says Ms. Lampros vocally opposed this idea. Okay, what idea? Let's go up a little bit more. Combs forced Lampros and Porter, not Kim Porter. Now this is Channel 6 News, Philadelphia. This is Channel 6 News in Philadelphia. I'm gonna read their version. They look like they got a little bit more detail. Again, this is Channel 6 Philadelphia. So it says a woman who said Sean Diddy Combs subjected her to violence and abuse over several years in the 1990s has filed a lawsuit in New York accusing the rapper of sexual assault, battery, and gender-motivated violence. That's that New York Act I was talking about yesterday with Crystal McKinney. Child, and that's what they need to go after. It says April Lampros, who met Combs in 1994 when she was a college student, described several terrifying sexual encounters with him, including being forced to take ecstasy and have sex with Combs' late girlfriend Kim Porter. Forbes list didn't put her name in there. They just said another woman. That's interesting. That's a little bit more interesting news right there. Let's keep going. Lampros' lawsuit filed Thursday in the state court of Manhattan comes after a series of allegations against the embattled hip-hop mogul. A former model accused Combs of sexually assaulting her in his New York City recording studio in 2003 in a separate lawsuit filed earlier this week. That was yesterday with Crystal. Lampros, who is now 51, said that the lawsuit that she was a student at in New York City's Fashion Institute of Technology when she met Combs. So that's what school she went to. Who showered her with gifts and promised to help her achieve her dreams of her career fashion. The relationship turned abusive, of course, according to the lawsuit. Now, they did have that in the lawsuit. It says Lampros said Combs raped her in Manhattan hotel room in 1995. She passed out and woke up the next morning, nude, sore, and confused, according to the lawsuit. All of these women are waking up confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been drugged or laced or something. Like, child, let's keep going. And when you're under the influence, you're not able to consent. That's where they're messing up at. On another occasion, Lampros said Combs forced her to perform oral on him in a parking garage in a full view of a worker at the garage. And it's weird because the ecstasy pills that allegedly Young Miami is supposed to be holding for him. That's all alleged. Let me see. It says Combs forced Lampros and Porter in their apartment in 1996 after he shoved ecstasy pills down their throat. Ms. Lampros vocally opposed this idea, but Mr. Combs quickly reminded her that she has no control over the situation as he can make her lose her job. I'm reading that last part again. Mrs. Lampros vocally opposed this idea, but Mr. Combs quickly reminded her, the power dynamic, the patriarchy, that she has no control over the situation because he's a male and she's a female. That he can make her lose her job. For the life of me, I'm not understanding. There should be no retribution in the statute of limitations. There shouldn't be no statute of limitations. That's mind-boggling to me. Yeah, make sure y'all like, share the live, have the notifications on, and make sure y'all subscribing, y'all, because I get on here every day to discuss, okay? That's ridiculous, but I did not know it was Kim. Forbes Lives did not say that. That's why I like the actual lawsuit. It says Porter allegedly died of pneumonia in 2018. A message seeking comment on LeBron's accusations was sent to an attorneys for Combs. The Associated Press does not typically identify victims of sexual assault by name unless they publicly identify themselves, as Lampros has. The lawsuit filed by Lampros and a former model come days after CNN aired security video that shows Combs attacking singer Cassie in a Los Angeles hotel hallway in 2016. Combs on Sunday released a video admitting he attacked Cassie in the hotel hallway, saying he was truly sorry and his actions were inexcusable. Child, bye. Remember, he said he was not asking for forgiveness, so it wasn't for the victim. So we can move on. A lawsuit filed by Cassie in November, allegedly beatings and abuse, was settled a day after it was filed. Okay, so they're just going over Cassie stuff. But that's wild. That's wild. I didn't know Kim Porter had anything to do with April Lampros. So that's new news, child. New news. And again, that was from ABC 6 Philadelphia. They posted that 2 hours ago. CNN posted something an hour ago. Let's see what CNN is saying. And when I get my webcam, y'all gonna be able to see me just search through all of this too. But for now, you guys can look at my nice face. Cause I don't want to repeat the same thing, cause y'all already know the gist of the information. She said, April Lampros said, "I'm confident that justice will prevail and the veil will be removed so no other woman will have to endure what I did." That's what she said to a statement to CNN on Thursday. So I said this was the 7th victim. CNN is saying this is the 8th victim since November. Okay, so the last one was the 7th and it's the 8th. Child, can't keep up. And the first encounter, yeah, she had multiple encounters. We read that. It says more recent. Lampros says that she was told that Combs had in the past recorded them having, without their knowledge, and showed it to multiple people, according to the lawsuit. That's why we need that lawsuit. Combs had a temper and often threatened to harm her if she didn't act accordingly to his demands, talk to other men, or didn't take his phone calls. And that's something we seen from the Asian woman that Carisha. She was like, Diddy would have you on your knees for me if I wanted you to, right? That's what she messed up at. That woman said the same thing. That they was at a party, and who was it? She shook his hand. Meek Mill. Meek Mill was over there, and it was his birthday, so she was just saying happy birthday, and they shook hands. They didn't hug, none of that. They just shook hands. She said he looked at her and got so angry, and that's kind of what caused the physical altercation, because she was like, I think he thought I was trying to be sneaky, but I literally just said happy birthday and shook his hand. So, like, this is like patterns, I'm just trying to point out. Lampros claims in the suit that she also was not allowed to talk about her relationship with Combs to anyone. She felt that if she disobeyed him, he would take her dreams in pursuing her career in his world. Mr. Combs will also threaten to blacklist her in the industry if she tried to mess with him in any way. We just heard about the blacklist with Crystal McKinney. Miss Lambert's dreams and everything she's been working hard for in the palm of his hands. Patriarchy. Charlamagne was dead on, and I think people were just emotional, so they're like, "Nah, all this heat needs to go on Diddy," which I understand. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get all of the heat, but this is what he was speaking of. Like, this is the patriarchy that's allowing him to do this. Like, if the patriarchy wasn't set that way, he wouldn't be able to do this. Oh, let me see what else that we didn't know before. So the suit that was filed by April Lampros, the attorney name is Tyrone Blackburn, who's also represented others filed in his lawsuit against Combs, including Rodney Jones, as well as Grace O. Metcalf, the woman who accused his son, Christian Combs, of assault. Wow. So it's not just the people who's against his father. The people that's against his father and his son, they all have the same attorney, Tyrone Blackburn. Child. And mind you, I'm going to name all the defendants that are in this suit because it's not just Sean Combs. So here are all the defendants. Bad Boy Records, Arista Records, Sony Music Entertainment, let me see, a subsidiary of Sony Music Entertainment, and former parent company of Diddy's Bad Boy Records during at least one of the alleged assault. And mind you, for Crystal McKinney, are they gonna see it in here? It was Universal Records, Sean John Clothing LLC, and I believe it was one more. So when it comes to these investigations, Sean is not, this is why he's getting dropped by companies for so, you know what I'm saying, like this. Because they're adding them. And they should, because they enabled all of this behavior. So, I mean, that's smart. And that goes to the patriarchy, right? Remember, that's what this is all about. It's all about gender, patriarchy, him being allowed to get away with certain things because people tie up the loose ends. That's all this lawsuit is about. And that's what it needs to be about. Child. I've been on here a good 30 minutes. Y'all got anything y'all got to say about this? I know this is crazy. Again, this is the 8th victim. Not the 7th. I said it was the 7th earlier, but it's the 8th. And when I get the actual lawsuit again, because the last one was only 15 pages, so we was able to get through it. I was able to show the key points. So when they drop that actual lawsuit, I want to actually read it and go through it myself. Okay, I'm not going to read nothing else from these because these are just excerpts. Yeah, y'all, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. It's sad that he found young, gullible women who just wanted to fulfill their dreams. That's all they really wanted to do. But, you know, he's seen that innocence, and I feel like he just took advantage of it at the end of the day, you know. And again, all this is alleged in my opinion, but lawsuits, you can read them for yourself. That's why I bring the lawsuits here, so y'all can actually see them in real time, not just people discussing them, you know, and talking about them. So y'all can actually see it. But y'all, I'm mad. I wanted to do this on TikTok too, but they already restricted me for language. Like, I can't believe them. But anyway, it's Friday. Again, I know this was a heavy topic. Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe, you know. How y'all feeling? Y'all okay? Y'all all right? Because I get this was a lot. Nobody unalive Vision Star. We was just going over Diddy, 8th victim. Her name is April Lampros. The last person that came out, her name was Crystal McKinney. And with April Lampros, she was assaulted multiple times by Diddy. It wasn't just a one incident thing. So that's all we went over. I was looking for the actual lawsuit so we can dissect the actual lawsuit. There's eight. Yes, there's eight. I was actually looking for the actual lawsuit, but it's not there because I'd rather just read it for myself and we can just go through it ourselves. But that's not up there. So when I see that, I'm gonna hop back on. If there's another victim, I'm gonna hop back on so y'all know about it. But that's all we discussing. We just discussing, just a nasty, filthy, dirty, undescribable individual. What you saying? I thought it was only Cassie. No, it was it. No, not at all. There's a lot more women, allegedly out there. Because allegedly this is something that's been talked about for years and years and years. But because he had the power and the resources and the connections, everybody was scared to come against him. So the only person that came against him was Cassie, which is mind-boggling, seeing that he's been in the music industry since the 90s. But she's the only person. He's been getting away with this for decades and decades. What's the charges? Domestic violence, grape. I gotta say grape because I don't know if I can say the real word. Let me see. Let me go back. So it's grave sexual assault. There's a gender act. So they're pretty much saying that he took advantage of her because he was a man and she was a woman, and he was able to like outpower her through like his patriarchy type thing. So that's like the lane they're going with this. Let me see what else. Okay, so here we go. The suit further accuses the rap mogul of battery, assault, negligence, infliction of emotional distress, and violation of victims' gender-motivated violence protection law. So their main focus is this gender-motivated violence protection law. It's a New York City act. Pretty much saying they should have protected her. They should have trained agents and employees a lot better. They knew that Diddy was not an authoritative type of person that should have had that much power over people. That's all in that act. And the last victim, she put that act in hers as well. And the defendants, because it's not just Combs, the defendants is Bad Boys Records, Arista Records, Sony Music Entertainment, and then the last one they added Sean John LLC and Universal Music. So there's a lot of people that's attached to these lawsuits. Yeah, it's not just domestic violence, because there were different assaults that happened, and then a lot of these women were saying they were in and out. So you can't consent when you're in and out, when you're not in a clear mindset. So that's another issue as well. And to know the amount of people who've known this for years and years and years, and y'all have never said nothing. And I find it ironic, that now that when they're grown adults now, and now they have daughters, right? And now they want to chime in. Because a lot of the women from the Love and Hip Hop franchise, Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise, and other franchises, I watched their comments. All of them were saying, it's funny how men are speaking about this when y'all were doing the same thing. And I think they might be speaking on it now because they have kids. So now they can sympathize. Not knowing that was somebody else's daughter as well. You know? Child. But yeah, y'all, this is sad. It's just really sad. When I get more information, I'll let y'all know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up then. I don't see any more comments left, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, have them notifications on. I'm now watching Baddies. I caught up episode 1 through 3, so the fourth one is gonna drop this Sunday. I'm gonna hop back on live so we can discuss. For the people that watch Sisters, we gonna watch it in real time, and then we gonna hop on live after, and we gonna discuss. Whenever Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I'm a TV head, as y'all know, y'all seen my videos, baby. Y'all watch TV, all kind of stuff. So whatever show it is, we gonna come back after, and we gonna chop it up, and we gonna discuss. Because I be wanting to talk. I be wanting to talk after, so we gonna chop it up. We be having good discussions up here anyway, so that's all I really have, y'all. We gonna stop it at 36. Again, thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe, y'all hit that notification so y'all know when I'm on live. And always, I appreciate y'all. So bye.